Is LeBron James truly on the verge of leaving the Lakers, or is this just another smokescreen in an offseason already thick with speculation and drama? Picture this. Less than a month from training camp. Whispers turn into roars. Rumors are flying faster than a LeBron chase-down block, and every fan's heart is racing. Could the King really be looking past the purple and gold? Or is this all just the noise that comes with the league's biggest stage and its most magnetic superstar? Welcome back to Lakers News Fan Report, where raw truths collide with purple and gold passion. Smash that like button, subscribe, and ring the bell so your heart never misses a beat. All right, Lakers Nation, let's get straight into the deep end of the pool. Despite the headlines and the swirling trade talks, here's what the insiders are telling us. LeBron James has not asked for a trade. That's right, scratch that off the list. Rich Paul, LeBron's agent, did sow some intriguing seeds, suggesting conversations about options might be happening. But make no mistake, those whispers don't translate into a trade request. According to sources close to the team, the Lakers haven't even entertained discussions about trading or buying out the four-time MVP. The implication? The Kings next season is most likely in LA, still wearing that purple and gold jersey, still leading the charge alongside the young phenom, Luka Doncic. But here's the twist. Despite no trade request, 4 different teams have quietly probed Rich Paul, looking to pry the King away. Yet the Lakers aren't biting. They're not engaging in any serious dialogues. So what gives? Why all the noise around the potential fracturing of one of basketball's most awaited duos? Digging deeper, this all signals something key. The Lakers' front office is playing it cagey, navigating the balancing act of satisfying LeBron's legacy, while molding a championship-caliber roster around him and Luka. It's a dance as delicate as Showtime-era fast breaks and as calculated as the Shaq and Kobe tandem that dominated the early 2000s. Remember those days? Magic Johnson's flair, the Showtime magic, Pau Gasol's savvy post moves, and the 2020 Bubble Championship that resurrected the franchise's glory? The Lakers have always been manipulative architects behind the scenes, and right now they're quietly plotting. But is the pressure mounting? Absolutely. The Western Conference arms race is no joke, with every other team stacking firepower like it's a playoff buffet. That brings us to the centerpiece of this off-season's roster chess game, the pursuit of a dominant big man. Walker Kessler remains the Lakers' white whale this summer, the center the franchise has circled on their wish list like a hawk watches prey. But there's a huge catch. Utah Jazz have slapped a strict not available label on him, a move that forces LA to consider alternatives. What options? Nick Claxton's defensive versatility or Daniel Gafford's energy could fill spots alongside Luka's playmaking, depending on how the Lakers juggle salary cap gymnastics. But here's the sticking point. This isn't some simple plug-and-play solution. The Lakers' front-court weakness has been glaringly obvious all season, and the consensus inside is that a trade, not a free agent signing, will pave the best path to upgrading the center position. Miles Turner's name floats in. The heir has a possibility, but it's a complex game of assets, salary cap constraints, and timing. The Lakers even dipped toes with Onyeka Okongwu and tried pulling a deal for Mark Williams at the trade deadline, but both came up short thanks to steep asking prices and reluctance from other teams to budge. Some insiders have dubbed this a harsh trade reality, illustrating just how thorny this big man chase really is, revealing the patience and flexibility LA needs if they want to crack this nut. Now, let's pivot to a rising subplot: PJ Washington. The Cavaliers' versatile forward has caught the Lakers' eye as a potential puzzle piece that could add depth and dimension on both ends of the court. Trade talks reportedly simmer beneath the surface, with strategies in the works for both straight swaps or multiplayer packages, aiming to bolster scoring and defense simultaneously. It's still early days and speculative, but it highlights a front office committed to methodically building around its stars without overhauling the core, and that's an important signal. This isn't about reckless moves, this is chess, not checkers. On the flip side, forget Andrew Wiggins. Despite what the rumor mill churns out, the Lakers are evidently steering clear. Insider Dan Woik bluntly put the lid on those whispers during the Zach Lowe show, stating the Lakers are simply not interested in Andrew Wiggins. That sentiment was echoed by Jovan Buha, who said trading for Wiggins is not looking realistic due to Miami's high asking price, rumored to include Rui Hachimura, Dalton Knecht, and a coveted first-round pick. Given the Lakers' tight cap space and their commitment to preserving the assets that form the backbone of this roster, it's a logical, if unspectacular, decision. Money talks, and this deal just doesn't make financial or strategic sense. But here's the detail no one's talking about. While Wiggins might suit the playing style on paper, the cost and chemistry risks outweigh any potential upside. That's a big reason why these talks have fizzled. But the Lakers aren't silent on the perimeter front. Moves to add veteran wings quietly buzz behind the scenes, with the front office flirting with old friends like Kentavious Caldwell-Pope and Dante DiVincenzo to round out depth. None of those have materialized into deals yet, but with Marcus Smart now in the fold, it signals a calculated pump-up of wing strength, a key ingredient in surviving the punishing Western schedule and playoff battles. After all, history has shown us how critical wing depth is, whether it was Kobe Bryant locking down keys in the finals with Paul Pierce and Danny Green, or the relentless pressure of the Anthony Davis era alongside LeBron's final historic stretch. So, where does all this leave us? Blockbuster rumors spice up the headlines, sure, but the Lakers brass seems laser-focused on not rocking the boat too much. The priority remains crystallized. Keep LeBron and Luka intact, shore up the banged-up front court spots, and add savvy, complementary pieces to ensure the bench doesn't wilt under playoff pressure. Remember, pacing, timing, and chemistry aren't just buzzwords. These are lessons learned the hard way in Golden State battles and close calls against Phoenix and Denver. The Lakers know the stakes. Every move echoes through decades of legacy, from the glittering Showtime banners hanging in the rafters to the bruising realities of modern NBA warfare. As a lifelong Lakers believer, I can't help but feel we're on the edge of something massive. The pieces are moving on this chessboard, and every quiet negotiation, every subtle shift in trade talks, could trigger an eruption that reshapes the Lakers' fate for years to come. But is this the move that launches a new Lakers era, or the gamble that haunts us for decades? Only time will tell. Until then, drop your unfiltered takes in the comments. I'll be right there, heart in hand, ready to dissect every rumor and dream right alongside you. How much longer can Lakers fans stomach these headline-grabbing shakeups? Hit that like button, subscribe, and slam that notification bell because the rumor mill is boiling over and the next seismic move could either ignite this powerhouse or set it spiraling into chaos like we haven't seen since the bitter Kobe Shaq fallout. Imagine the electric tension inside the Lakers locker room right now, with LeBron James and Anthony Davis already balancing championship hopes against mounting offensive inconsistencies. The front office's latest quakes risk unraveling that delicate chemistry. If a blockbuster trade is truly in motion, will this gamble on fresh talent synergize with the King and AD's powerhouse tandem, or bury it under new dynamics that haven't had a chance to gel? The Western Conference isn't waiting patiently. The Nuggets are sharpening their claws alongside a surging Suns squad that's hungry to capitalize on any Lakers misstep, meaning every roster tweak must be surgical, not scattershot. Yet, here's a shot nobody's talking about. Could these dramatic roster shifts actually open the door for a tactical renaissance? Coach Darvin Ham is known for adaptability, but injecting new pieces midstream could force a shift towards a more perimeter-oriented attack, pulling less heavily on Davis down low and thrusting LeBron into a hybrid facilitator/scoring role like we glimpsed in glimpses during last season's playoff push. This would be a radical throwback to Showtime Lakers' unpredictable creativity, with a modern twist that leverages today's pace and space pace, but is the clock ticking too close to the playoffs for such a seismic overhaul? What if this gamble backfires right before the postseason? The pressure cooker reaches boiling point when you consider the fragile health of AD. If the chemistry is off and the rotation unsettled, a rushed experiment could lead to another early playoff exit, sparking yet another Lakers offseason implosion, fueled by panic trades and headline-chasing moves. The echoes of those turbulent Kobe-era summers still ring loud, reminding us the line between brilliance and disaster is razor-thin. But here's the part nobody's talking about. What if the Lakers' front office isn't just playing the current game but betting aggressively on the long-term rebuild hidden in plain sight? Turnovers of this magnitude sometimes signal the subtle hand of a plan to recalibrate the roster's age and salary composition, crafting cap flexibility for the colossal free agent class looming in 2025. Could this be the quiet prelude to a strategic pivot underscored by patience masked as urgency, where short-term turmoil is the price paid for a new dynasty's foundation? Yet, even with this hopeful scenario, the weight of history presses heavy. Each decision now doubles as a crossroads, tempting fate between riding out LeBron's twilight years with a contender or betting everything on a youth movement that fans might not accept silently. The Western Conference war is only escalating as the Kings and Grizzlies keep throwing fuel on the fire, thirsty to knock LA off the perch, deepening the tactical chess match that could define this decade's NBA power shift. Meanwhile, every whisper about potential trade targets, from savvy shooters to defensive stalwarts, sparks intense speculation about how they'll fit a rotation already rich in star power but crying out for consistency and identity. The Lakers are navigating a maze of competing priorities. Establish rotational balance without sacrificing star usage, manage egos and health, and outmaneuver rival front offices whose moves threaten to relegate Los Angeles from favorites to just another playoff afterthought. As a Lakers fan, I can feel the electric tension of this moment crackling like the unwanted déjà vu of 2011's off-ramp from glory. But is this turbulence the prelude to rebirth, or a fracture that could irreparably shatter what once seemed inevitable? The purple and gold flag flies defiantly, yet the winds swirling around it could either lift it higher than ever or tear it to shreds. Drop your raw takes in the comments. I'll be right there with you, riding every nerve-wracking twist of this wild Lakers ride.